Well, hello there, and thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony. I'm here to talk to you about the different kinds of RVs that are out there today, pros and cons of each one. Let me preface this video by saying there is no perfect RV. It all depends on what you're going to use it for. That's the main thing to consider. But I'm going to go through the motorhomes, the fifth wheels, the B classes, the C classes. What are the difference in those? Travel trailers, truck campers, and even tent camping. So I want to throw all kinds of camping in there. So tell you what you need to do. It depends on a lot of things, where you go, what you want to do with it, and all the good stuff. So stick along with us, because you just entered the Coolest Life RV Camping Edition. So what is my background? Let me get with this real quick. I've been an RV inspector for about 3 years now, just over 3 years. So I've been inside and seen a lot, been to RV shows, seen a lot of RVs out there that are good and bad. And I've inspected a whole lot of RVs. I got some apprehensions on some, and some that are like, yeah, I could live in this. But I want to take you through some of the different classes and what are the pros and cons of each, and which one should you buy. First thing to consider, which one should you buy? It mainly depends on how you're going to use it. If all you're going to be is a weekend camper, you do not, and I repeat, you do not need a fifth wheel or a motorhome, which is a Class A. If all you're going to be is a weekend camper, what you need is a travel trailer. Serious. If it's just for the weekends, you just need a travel trailer. You don't even need a C-Class. If you're going to go someplace and you're going to spend a week, 2 weeks, you probably want something a little bigger. You're like, let's say for the entire 12 months, you're going to go camping 4 times a year. Now, I'm only saying this to say that if money is an object. Okay, so if we're not necessarily pinching pennies, but we want to be very cost conscious of what we're doing. We don't need to be wasting any money. Now, I could be a weekend camper and take my big giant diesel pusher that costs $500,000 and it's got 2 axles and all that kind of stuff. Well, sure, if money is absolutely no object, that's fine. You do not need a CDL in any state that I believe to drive a big Class A diesel pusher, which are some of the bigger ones. And when I say diesel pushers, that's basically any Class A, which is the ones with they're basically flat up front, like a big bus. I know you've seen those on the road. They've also got slides like mine does here. I've got a Class A. Mine's actually a gasser, and they call them diesel pushers because normally they're diesels and they got the engines in the rear. Gassers, or what they call gas operated, are in the front. So they're not gas pushers, they're only diesel pushers. And I've never ran across one that was a Class A that the diesel was in the front. Typically they may have a vent up there, but that's where their generator is, up front. Typically Onan is the main generator provider for RVs. Okay, so decide how you're going to drive. Now, what are the advantages? I'm going to start with Class A's. Class A's is what you're looking at right here. This is actually a Bounder, Fleetwood Bounder. And this particular one, it's got a little bit age on it, but you do some shopping, go to RV Trader is where I would go if I was going to look for an RV. And that's exactly where I found this one here. It was about a 250-mile drive for me to pick this one here up. But I liked everything about it, and so we bought it. And you can find some really good deals on Class A's and any kind of RV that you're looking for. I will say this one here probably cost me about what a new fifth wheel would run, or maybe a couple year older fifth wheel would run. So same price, I got a motor in front. Big advantages. With a Class A, I can tow a vehicle. So when I get somewhere, I don't have to drive around a big truck. I also don't have to drive around my RV everywhere to go do something, go to Walmart or wherever. I can drive my little, in my case, I've got a Volkswagen Jetta that I tow behind. I put it on a dolly. Some people put theirs on a, get all four wheels off the ground. Some people, a lot of them, the number one towed vehicle by a Class A is a Jeep, actually, because Jeeps you can flat tow, which means all four wheels are on the ground. Okay, so I would not have bought this if all I was going to do was to spend weekends someplace. Advantages with these. I've got two engines. If one engine breaks down, I've still got my engine in my car to go someplace. If you've got a travel trailer, your engine breaks down, you're kind of dead in the water, because all you've got typically, if you're in a travel trailer, is the vehicle that you're towing with. The same thing with a fifth wheel. So that's kind of an advantage. I think it's an advantage, and I like being able to travel with my car, because my car gets 40 miles to the gallon. It's a whole lot better than this thing, which is like 7, or the big behemoth trucks that you have to get to pull a fifth wheel, which is like the F-350 or what have you, which are going to get you 17 miles to the gallon on the highway, or 8 in the city. But I digress. So big advantages of the Class A's. This particular one is got on a Ford Fleetwood frame. So to get it worked on is, well, it's a Ford. A lot of people can work on a Ford. You can also get parts and everything like that. So the space is what you're gonna take back. If you're gonna look for space, you're gonna look for a fifth wheel. But let's stay in order here. So we got the Class A's. We just talked about those. The next one is your Class B's. Sort of. Technically, your next one in line would be a Class C, because a Class C is a camper that's got the van front end. I'm sure you've seen those. They've got the bunk that goes over top. Those are great. If you got 2 people in them and you're going to stay for a couple of weeks, they're perfect for that. Long-term stayers, say I'm going to go someplace to stay for a month, or what the wife and I are doing, we're gonna be on the road for 4 years, so we wanted something with some space. Maybe we should have got a fifth wheel. With your fifth wheels, you got a lot more space. But C classes aren't bad. C classes are great for definitely a single person. A single person, in my view, should never buy a Class A. You shouldn't even buy a fifth wheel. You know, you should get either a travel trailer or you should get a C class. In fact, C class is probably the best one, because then you can tow your other vehicle that you want to travel in, a motorcycle or what have you. So your C class is a little smaller space. They will come with slides. Slides make a huge difference, which is why I would never buy an Airstream. Airstream don't come with slides. You got to pass by each other in the hallway. You know, there's not much room in an Airstream from end to end. There's just not. Sorry. it's just the truth. So that's what we're talking about. Your Class C's. They're again, it depends on the kind of camping you're going to. Class B's, of course, are your vans. So they're basically conversion vans, and some of them they make pretty big and a little spacious, but they're not like this. They are great if you're going to a concert or something out of town, and you're going to drive 4 hours to go to a concert. Class B is the way to go. It really is. Not this thing. You want to go with the Class B, because Class B's you can park them just about anywhere, and you can get into every campground. And that's really is the biggest drawback to something like this, or your larger travel trailers, or definitely your fifth wheels. If you want to go, you like state parks, lots of trees and stuff like that, and boy, you start dragging one of these behemoths in there, you just can't get in and out of a lot of those parks. A lot of those parks are 50 amp. So that can be a drawback. 50 amp means if you've got 2 air conditioners on your roof, you're probably a 50 amp. So you need 50 amps worth of power. A lot of your ones with got 1 air conditioner, you can survive pretty good on 30 amps is all you need. And most state campgrounds, 100%, they got all kinds of 30 amps. They don't have very many 50 amps. And we're talking about nationwide here. On the average, a lot of your resorts, like the one we're at here, you're going to have tons of 50 amps, so there's no big deal. And it just means a lot of the power that you're going to be pulling, for example, a good math problem here for you. My air conditioner kicks on, I got 13 amps. My water heater kicks on, that's 9. I'm already at 20 now. My refrigerator kicks on, ooh, that could be like 6 or 8. Okay, so they're adding up really quickly. If all you got's 1 air conditioner, 30 amps all you need. But if you run 2 air conditioner, I just got another 13 amps. Typically they're going Most air conditioners are going to boost up to about 16 amps when they crank on, unless you got a soft start. Whole nother video. But then they're going to level out to about 11 to 9, depending on the brand that you have. Most Coleman's or what have you on top of your roofs are that way. Your fifth wheels are great if you're going to stay for a long term. You can pull in there, drag your slides out. They probably got, I would say the average fifth wheel has got twice as much square footage as I've got in here. I think I'm running 390, maybe 400 square feet. The fifth wheels can go 800 square feet. I mean, there's some big fifth wheels. Some got 4 and 5 slides. I am not a fan of a whole lot of slides. They do give you extra room, but every slide's got a motor. So you got 5 motors, you got 5 times the chance of one of them breaking down. I've actually had my slide here on the other side break down. The great thing about a Class A like this one here is when my slide goes out, I can crawl up underneath. I can sit up and my head not touch the top and put both hands on my motor of my slide. So if I need to replace it, and wish I did about 2 years ago, not a problem. I can do that. That's easy. It's plug and play. Disconnect, screws. Anyway, so that's kind of a disadvantage or advantage of a Class A. Travel trailers are great too. They're just, you just don't get quite the square footage as you do in a fifth wheel. But travel trailers are definitely a good option. Again, if you're a weekender or you want to stay for a while, not a month. I wouldn't probably stay in a travel trailer unless it was a big one. It had to be 28 feet plus for me to stay at any length of time. I know people that do it, and that's fine. To each his own. There's also the minis, which are the really short travel trailers, which are, you're talking about 12 feet or less. Those are great for weekends. You're going up to Sturgis Rally or something like that. Man, those little bitty ones are great. You're going to stay for a month. No, don't do it. You'll hate yourself and you'll hate camping. Now, we'll say this. There are campers and there are glampers, which is, of course, is glamour camping. This one here, people say, well, I don't know if I could camp like that. You know, you got this big giant thing here. Understand something. I've got 2 toilets in this thing. This is a bath and a half. I do not have a full bathtub, but I got a large stand-up shower in this thing here. I've also got a washer dryer in this thing here. I don't have a dishwasher. I'm about ready to put one in maybe, but I'm just saying you can get some that's got the amenities that you want to find. Are you going to find those kind of things in a mini camper? Nope. You'd be lucky to find a toilet in a mini camper. I'm just saying, some of the mini campers don't have anything. If you don't mind pooping in a bucket, some people do. Nothing wrong with that. That's not this guy. I don't poop in buckets. I could if I had to. I don't want to do it consistently. I don't want to go on a trip. I don't want to stay for a week knowing good and well I'm going to be pooping in a bucket the whole time. I ain't doing it. They've also got composting toilets and different things. If you're into that, you go right ahead. I'm not doing it. I can just flush mine, and my wife's actually got a vacuum flush at the other end. We've had some issues with it. Was able to repair it relatively easy. So you're going to have issues. Other people say, well, what happens if it breaks down and you got issues? Well, you can call qualified tech. I recommend it, NRVIA certified qualified techs. You can find them online and do a search for your area. They actually got a map. You can do a search for your area and pick the tech that you like their website best, I guess. You know, or maybe they got reviews or what have you. But there's ways around. There's things are going to break down no matter what kind of RV you get. And by the way, things are going to break down no matter whether you get a new one or used one. What? You mean you can ever break down in new ones? Yep. I've inspected brand new ones that the refrigerator didn't work. The last thing you want to do is get out there in the woods, all of a sudden your refrigerator doesn't work. Brand new ones. So keep that in mind. Now, I want to add one thing here. This is bonus material, okay? Bonus material. Bonus material would be if I'm in a storm. I've seen the way these RVs are made. If I'm in a storm, I'd rather be in a Class A than I would a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. They're just made better. The reinforcements going up the side and going across the top, they're just made better. They're made to be on the road a little longer than fifth wheels and travel trailers are. They just are. Pipes are a little thicker, and you can tell by that, because if you ever take one of these and you go get it weighed, you know how much it weighs. Travel trailers are going to weigh 12,000 pounds. A big fifth wheel is going to weigh 18. This thing's 23,000 pounds. The frame from end to end, it's a more of a galvanized steel. They're just made better. They just are. Nothing wrong with the fifth wheel. Actually, one day when we sell this, we just might get a fifth wheel. Again, the main thing would be for the space, the living space, not the storage space. Storage space, Class A. Living space, fifth wheel. No question, fifth wheel. Truck campers. I'm really not going to touch too much on truck campers because, well, there's not too much to them. It's basically you back your truck in over top of them and set it down inside, and that's all you got. If you don't mind pooping in a bucket, some of them do. Some of them got little bitty restrooms, some really small showers. Half of them got the shower where you go outside and you shower outside. They got a hose, and almost every RV on the market has got a hose. I'm looking around. I see a Class C. I see a travel trailer. I see a fifth wheel here. I see diesel pusher, another big fifth wheel, another diesel pusher, gasser here. They've all got an outside shower, at least a hose. And typically someone will come with a little ring that you could put a curtain on. So if you want to physically get naked and get a shower outside, you could if you wanted to. So most people don't use those. They don't, because they'll get in a park like this that's actually got a shower facility. Why not just use the shower facility that's here when it's free? So why not? Well, I hope that gives you some idea of how they some of the different RVs compare and contrast, and maybe it'll help you make a decision on whether you're going to buy one and maybe whether you're not going to buy one. So you always keep those things in mind. And also, I want to say, now I'm kind of partial because I'm an inspector. Get your RV inspected before you buy it, new or used, or should I say used or brand new, because they're all have issues. All of them have issues, one way, shape, or form. There's issues, and there's different things you want to consider buying. In fact, I want to do a video of things you need for your first 6 months if you're out there RVing, things you might want to consider buying. So be looking forward to that video. Why don't you go be sure and like and subscribe. I hope this helps, maybe help you make the right RV decision for your lifestyle. But I need to get back out here living the coolest life. RV edition.